Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite players in the game, but truth of the matter is he came up short in the fourth quarter, came up short in the entire game, 6 for 22 from the field, didn't score a single point in the fourth quarter. He choked, Paul George choked, Doc Rivers choked, and the entire Los Angeles Clippers team choked. This is why you got to go out and play. This is why you got to go out and earn the championship, earn your success, earn anything in life, period, because nothing is going to be given to you. And the Los Angeles Clippers kind of got too cocky. They thought that, they were the best team, which they were talent-wise. They were the media darlings of the NBA. They were feeling themselves. The media loved them. People were talking about the Los Angeles Lakers were going to be a 5th seed. Los Angeles Lakers wasn't going to have success with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. All these things, people were saying that Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the world because of his 2019 postseason run, and that's the thing. The media and a lot of people and a lot of casual fans don't understand the difference between moments and then resetting. Kawhi Leonard was the best player in the 2019 postseason. But once the next season started, the 2019-2020 NBA season started, and everybody's healthy, that does not mean just because he had a phenomenal run, he was the best player in the world. But the media ran with that and started putting these crazy expectations. We were hearing that Kawhi Leonard, if he won this championship with Los Angeles Clippers, he was going to be a top 10 player of all time. Some people were even saying top 5. And this is what happens. The media says these things, hot takes, craziness, and then the casual fans takes this all in, and they actually believe it. But the real basketball minds really know that, what they're doing, and kind of like, well, it's not necessarily true. That's why I would say we need more basketball minds in the sport of basketball, reporting, covering the game of basketball. Because some of the things that was going on and being said when it came to Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers, if you really knew the game of basketball, you would know that a lot of that stuff they were saying wasn't true. Now, for example, I said that Kawhi Leonard was a disciple of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan when it comes to play styles. He was a hybrid of the two, meaning that Michael and Kobe were more skilled than Kawhi Leonard and better than Kawhi Leonard, but Kawhi Leonard studied and watched those games because those were his idols growing up, that he was a disciple and he played similar to them when we're talking about scoring at the second zone on the basketball court and fadeaway jump shots. But his bag and his moves and his counter moves aren't as polished or as smooth as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. The media would sit up and say that Kawhi Leonard is like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and then start talking about when it comes to their greatness, when we're talking about clutchness. When we saw Max Kellerman say that Kawhi Leonard was more clutch than Kobe Bryant, and say that a lot of casual fans can't decipher that difference between play style and greatness, but the media doesn't know how to break things down because they probably don't really understand the difference between play style and greatness. A player can play similar to that player, but that doesn't mean that we can sit up and compare that player's greatness just because he plays similar to that player. And that's what was going on with Kawhi Leonard. It was putting him in conversation with a lot of all this hypeness, and it came from the media that the fact of the matter is he wasn't there and probably will never get there, but that still does not mean he's not a disciple of a Kobe Bryant and of a Michael Jordan. And to be honest, Kevin Durant said it years ago. He said that Kawhi Leonard is a system player. Now, I'm not going to say that Kawhi Leonard is a system player because he's improved this game. He's not one of those players that just improved on their raw stats. He's actually improved his game. Went from role player, defensive stopper, to an all-star, to a bona fide superstar, top 3 to 5 player in the game. That's what Kawhi Leonard has done. But I will say, the San Antonio Spurs had a playmaking scoring guard in Tony Parker, all-around big man in Tim Duncan, and a 6-man coming off the bench in Manu Ginobili, who can playmake for others. Raptors were similar. Kyle Lowry, playmaking, scoring, point guard. Fred VanVleet, scorer. Big man, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, that can play defense, and also Marc Gasol make plays for others. That is the formula and the team formula of success that Kawhi Leonard needs to be on to reach his ultimate potential. San Antonio Spurs, Toronto Raptors. Drop them off with the Los Angeles Clippers, and things are totally different because they didn't have that similar makeup when it comes to their team style of play. And that's what happens. They have 4 20-point scores. They had no playmaking ability. They had no big man or all-around big man whose game that can score, that can defend, rebound, and pass. They had none of that. And that's the type of teams, the San Antonio Spurs, the Toronto Raptors, those are the type of teams that Kawhi Leonard needs to be on to reach his ultimate peak and be his ultimate self. And also, that's not even mention the leadership qualities that Kawhi Leonard is lacking compared to other superstars like a LeBron James and like a Stephen Curry, who guys on their team will run through a brick wall for. But it is what it is. Hopefully Kawhi Leonard bounces back for this, but we got to stop these conversations with Kawhi Leonard being in the top 10 all time and basically saying he's better than LeBron James and Kevin Durant. Because truth of the matter is, Kevin Durant and LeBron James in the modern day NBA are in a class of their own, and everybody else is below them.